Hello agents and welcome back to another Division video. Today I'm going to post an updated version of my rifle build. I have min-maxed it a little bit more since I last did this video, and I get a lot of people over on Twitch asking me what builds do I run, how are you hitting so hard and things like that, so I like to have somewhere to point them. So this is the guide for my current M1A build that I've got. Before we start, we know there is changes coming to focus, and I'm still opting to run perfect focus, and I'll explain that a little bit later on in the video and why I choose to do that. Running the TAC 50 for the extra headshot damage with this build. Two choices here guys, depending on how good your M1As are. You can run an M1A with Rifleman. Landing headshots adds a stack of bonus 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Max stack is 5, and additional headshots refresh the duration. So as long as you can hit heads guys, really good. I tend to run this one because I'm constantly trying to train myself to hit heads better. Strangely enough, I do better zoomed in on the actual reticle than I do than using the shield with that kind of zoom in, but obviously with the changes coming, that's actually going to benefit me a little bit. Or you could run one like this. This is a really good one actually. It's almost min-max 15, 14, 6. But it's got boomerang on. Critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. If a bullet is returned to the magazine, the next shot has 40% increased damage. So I'm running at 60% crit chance, which is obviously the maximum. So there's a good chance of boomerang hitting a lot of the time. What I would recommend here though guys is damage to armor. This is a multiplicative damage talent. It's don't run crit chance, don't run crit damage, don't run extended mag. It's just not worth it. If you need any talents like that or you need any extra stats like that, get them somewhere else. Run damage to armor or at least damage to health. So 2-piece Providence, I'm running on this. The mask gives us the brand set bonus of headshot damage along with critical hit chance because we're running 2-piece. I've got 15% weapon damage, 6% crit chance, and 11% crit hit damage with 11.6% crit hit damage mod. In the backpack, which gives us a 2-piece, I'm running 13.4% weapon damage, 5.4% crit chance, 11.6% critical hit damage with an 11.4% critical hit damage mod. With the backpack, I've been really lucky that it actually rolled like that, because therefore now I can change the talent to whatever I need at the time, depending on what build I'm running. I'm running the named pristine example, the Heraldi Holdings chest piece. 1 piece gives us 10% extra marksman rifle damage. I've got 12.8% weapon damage, 11% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and I'm running an 11.3% critical hit damage mod. Gives us perfect focus, increased total weapon damage by 6% every second you are aiming, while scoped with an 8 times or higher. Scope up until 60%. This is actually just 1% higher, but obviously it does add up. Then to make sure my crit chance is almost maximum or at least maximum, I'm running a Seska holster with 15% weapon damage, 11% crit hit damage, and a 6% crit hit chance mod. The contractor's gloves gives us 10% LMG damage, but we're not concerned about that. We're concerned about the other core attributes and attributes that it gives us. 15% weapon damage, 11% damage to armor, and 12% critical hit damage. Then we've got our Fox's Pros, which give us 10% rifle damage as part of the brand set bonus. But then the core attributes and attributes are 15% weapon damage, 15% damage to targets out of cover, and 12% critical hit damage. These two are taking a hit shortly, but we fully expect them to be best in slot still, even though they're going to take a bit of a nerfing in the upcoming patches. I still find focus to be best in slot here for your M1A build. At the end of this video, you will see I run the beginning of Wall Street on Heroic twice. I run it once without using the shield and once with using the shield. Obviously right now it's convenient to run the shield, it's nice to have that little bit of extra protection, but I ran it without the shield because that is how we're going to be forced to use focus, and it shows that actually it's still really good, and actually probably still best in slot in my opinion for rifles. I keep the shield in the build and in the loadout because actually it's great for that little bit of extra defense when you're being pushed and you need a little bit of extra time to catch up. It has a lot of damage, you know, it has a lot of health, sorry, so who doesn't want that extra health when you're in a bit of a tight spot? You're still going to be putting out really good damage even with the shield out and not using focus if you need to. So let's take a look at my stats. 527k weapon damage. We're at 58.4% critical hit chance. I could cap this out, but I don't think it's worth it. 1.6% crit chance over a max damage, max crit damage mod, definitely not worth it, or a roll in my eyes. I'm at 153% critical hit damage. I'm missing some SHD levels here as well. I'll show you that in a second. But I've got 141% crit headshot damage with 11% damage to armor. One thing to take note of, because I'm using marksman attack 50, I can get the digital scope here for an extra 45% headshot damage. It does have a slightly negative impact on our critical hit damage, but definitely worth it in my opinion. My SHD levels here, as you can see, I'm a little bit short here. So we're missing 5.6% on the critical hit damage, and we are missing nearly 8% here on the headshot damage, 7.4. So I am missing some damage there, and obviously as well I'm missing a significant amount here, 7% weapon damage as well, because I chose to go with crit chance first. So definitely some SHD levels to grind out there to make this build a little bit better. So this is what I would go with. It is definitely one of the, you know, it's the best build out there right now. For doing DARPA in under 18 minutes, this is the kind of build you're going to want to be going for. And essentially, you know, why the shield is still able to be being used, maybe now's the time that you want to be doing it. You've got a few options on the mask, and I've said this in my previous videos, like with my LMG video as well. You could flick over and use Coyote's mask. So I've lost some critical hit chance here, but I could replace some of the mods, and it would give you a little bit of extra critical hit damage if that's what you wanted to do, or if you wanted to assist your teammates in getting some critical hit damage as well. But what you got to be really wary of is these. So if you might not be hitting within 15 meters with a rifle build, so you might actually be losing damage. So maybe not the best thing to run with. Your other option is to run with the Hollow Man. The brand set gives you 10% hazard protection, which, you know, with fire and things doing so much damage right now, is not bad to have. But it will give you obviously this roll here, 21% damage to health. If you're solo or if you're in legendaries, definitely might be worth it, guys. Obviously my mod slot is empty right now, so I need to make up some crit chance, which means I'm going to lose some crit damage. We could rearrange that really quickly. Let's have a very quick look. Let's see what we can get to. So I've got a 6% somewhere. Let's take that out to there. What do we need to make it up? Maybe another 2. So let's get rid of that 1. So we'd have to replace all the mods. So that should put us close. Yeah, 59.9, 0.1 off. But our critical hit damage is taken a hit. We're at 108. And we're at 141 headshot damage. But obviously we have this now as well. So depending on the content you're running, guys, you might want to switch to this. If you got a lot of red bars, then this might be the way forward. Certainly for a legendary mission, this is what I would run. Just to give yourself that little bit more damage output against any red bars, chungas, dogs and things like that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check out the footage at the end. Like I said, I do run it twice, once with the shield and once without, so do take your time to compare numbers and speeds and things like that. Let me know what you think. If you like what you see, guys, and you like build videos, hit that subscribe button for much more Division content coming very, very soon. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Let me know if you've run this better, if you've got a better way of putting it together with higher stats. Do let me know, guys. I'm always willing to listen and improve. You can come and say hello to me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE, where I run raid help and anything Division almost every day. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
You're coming up on Dragov's outer perimeter. Remember, you're only here for Dragov, but if you find his supply depot, raid it. Denying Dragov that stockpile will also deny Keener crucial support.
Be careful. I still don't like the idea of throwing you to the wolves, no matter how much we want Dragov first role in the city overtime.
Intercepted.
I hear gunfire. Report.
Loading area by Broad Street is under attack. It's the Division.
Sell the gate. Use the APC. Do not let them raid the stockpile.
You're coming up on Dragov's outer perimeter. Remember, you're only here for Dragov, but if you find his supply depot, raid it. Denying Dragov that stockpile will also deny Keener crucial support.
Be careful. I still don't like the idea of throwing you to the wolves, no matter how much we want Dragov first role in the city hall attack.
Intercepted.
I hear gunfire. Report.
Loading area by Broad Street is under attack. It's the Division.
Sell the gate. Use the APC. Do not let them raid the stockpile. Okay, I'm a patient guy. But answer me this. Are you guys blind or just